Ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls, tropic guys, tropic gals, what is going on? Tony here from Pod Tiki, sitting on the porch for hopefully a little while longer if this rain holds out, sipping on some Clement. Oh no, this is the Rum JM. Rum JM, just good old-fashioned agricole. What a great, like, everyday sipping out agricole. It's good for tea punch. It's good for just sipping straight. It's not going to break the bank. Oh, sorry. My cat tried to jump off the balcony. So, you always get a little snapshot of Stella in here, the dog. You rarely ever see Mitty the cat up in here. Mitty, sure. Oh, no, she just wants to try to jump off the balcony again. Anyway, she's a camera hog. She wants to be up in the camera, but you can't go showing everybody all your parts. All right. Oh, back to the rum. If you can get your hands on some of the Barbancourt White. I know it's not a Martinique, but it's very close to the Martinique, that French style. Actually, all of the Barbancourts I've had have been excellent. That rum definitely should get some more props. It deserves a lot more attention than it gets. But this Rum JM is really good. I gotta say, my favorite of the clear agricoles is the Calme Bleu from Clement. That's the best I've had from me. That's my favorite. I actually got into that because the local tiki bar here, Chopper, used to make they'll still make it for you if you ask for it, but a mojito with Calme Bleu in it, and that tastes amazing. But that quickly became one of my favorites for tea punch and things like that. But the Calme Bleu, of course, is going to run you closer to $40 a bottle. And, I like to save that for like not special occasions, but it's just, I wouldn't classify that as an everyday drinking bottle. I would say, save that for like your weekend tea punches or whatever. I'm just sipping on a small cube today because I'm out of limes, so I couldn't make a tea punch, but I love the flavor of that. I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit shorter. I know that they've been going on about 30 minutes. I'm sorry for that. Not like you guys want to sit here and watch all of this. I don't know. Maybe you like it. If you like the longer ones, let me know. But also, there's just not much to cover for this past episode. It was our first dive into the genre of boat drinks, and we covered the strawberry daiquiri and the banana daiquiri. The banana daiquiri, because it has ties to tiki, through the Crucian banana squash, and then also the actual banana daiquiri that was on the Mai Kai's restaurant, created by Mariano Lucidine, or Lucidine, I don't know how I'm saying that. And then, of course, we covered the strawberry daiquiri, because I feel like the strawberry daiquiri is the king of the boat drinks, right? It's what leads people in to tropical drinks. It's what, if you don't know anything about tiki or tropical drinks, or if you've never been to the Caribbean or on a cruise ship, you've had a strawberry daiquiri, right? I mean, you grew up drinking virgin strawberry daiquiris when you were a kid, right? I mean, maybe I did. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe not everybody did, but I did. But it's a good point, I would drink strawberry daiquiris, virgin strawberry daiquiris, and pina coladas and Shirley Temples as a kid. Pretty much grooming myself to be a barfly when I got older, I guess. But no, the strawberry daiquiri is the classic. It's like I say in the podcast, it's two boat drinks, or vacation drinks, what the Mai Tai is to tiki drinks, right? And I talk about what I classify as boat drinks in the episode. I know a lot of people probably have a few different definitions or different reasons. Boat drinks, a lot of times, there's a great book that was suggested to me by a listener, David, by Olaf Nordstrom, the Essential Book of Boat Drinks or whatever. And I noticed a lot of the drinks he has in there, although they are very tropical, they require a lot of ingredients and some liqueurs and creams and things like that. And I really feel like a boat drink should be easy and something you can make a batch of. Something you can pour a bottle of Bacardi and throw a handful of strawberries into a blender and make it, whether you're on a boat or in the kitchen or on the patio by the pool. I guess boat drinks, float drinks. You know, I feel like they should be easy. They should be not too expensive, and they should be something that you don't really catch a hardcore buzz off of. Like you shouldn't, you know, if you usually do 2 ounces in your cocktails, I would take it down to 1.5 ounces for a boat drink, unless you need that for look, make what makes you happy, obviously. But I know for me, sometimes for me, oh, I did it. I'm trying to replace this phrase "for me" with "personally." So personally, I like if I'm using something like Bacardi Silver, I find it has a light, crisp kind of fruitiness to it that goes well with strawberry daiquiri. You can put 2 ounces in there if you want to get to where you're going quicker, without all the calories, you know, of having 2. But honestly, what I love about the daiquiris with the fresh fruit in them is they're not really that bad for you. I mean, you got the alcohol, and there's sugar, but it's not high fructose. I mean, if you use a cane syrup, or if you just make your own simple syrup at home from cane sugar and water, I mean, you got your fresh fruit, whether it's bananas or strawberries or mango, whatever you're using. You hit it with a clear spirit, and then fresh lime juice, or whatever it is whatever juice some grapefruit, whatever citrus you're using. It doesn't feel like it's that bad for you, right? When you break it all down like that. Now, obviously, you don't want to sit down and drink 4 or 5 daiquiris in a row and then think it's healthy, think it's a health food. But I gotta say, out of the 2, the banana is probably my favorite. I didn't know how much I like banana daiquiris until earlier in the spring. I started making them just to try them, because I had a buddy from Havana tell me a while ago about. He's like, when you're making daiquiris the old Floridita way, you know, with your just straight up white rum, lime juice, simple syrup, you know, maybe some grapefruit in there if you're making it the Floridita way. He's like, just throw a couple of slices of mango in there, and it's smooth. It makes the ice more like a smoothie. It comes out really thick and smooth and frapped. And I tried it, and it was amazing because I love mango. And then I just started doing that with all different kinds of fruit. And I knew the banana daiquiri had a tie to tiki, so I started making the banana daiquiris. And I had kind of forgotten about it. And then I was watching something where somebody had ordered a banana daiquiri in a movie. Was it Jurassic Park? When the fat guy was making the deal, did he order a banana daiquiri at the bar? I think he may have. Some movie like that I was watching, and it reminded me of it, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go back and start making those again. And it was amazing. In fact, I want to try some other stuff with banana now. Like, I'm a big fan of Martinique rum, as you can tell, you know, and I'm a big fan of the Martinique cocktail, the Island of Martinique cocktail, with honey syrup and falernum and agricole vu or amber. And I'm wondering, like, maybe how a little banana might taste with that, you know, the grassiness going with that banana fruitiness. I don't know. I just love the way that flavor tastes mixed with that rum and lime juice and all that. And the strawberry is I mean, it's all just so much better when you use fresh fruit. I mean, it really takes the idea of that vacation drink and takes it to the next level and makes it into a cocktail you can be proud of. And I'm always going to have, you know, I say in the podcast that I think boat drinks or vacation drinks would be my guilty pleasure, except I'm not guilty about it. Like, I think there's a place for those in the oeuvre of tropical drinks. I mean, look at the places when you're on a cruise ship and you're hanging by the cruise ship pool, and you're coming up to port, or better yet, you're out at sea and you look around and there's no land in sight. What's better than sitting by the pool bar on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean, ordering a vacation drink, ordering a rum punch or a strawberry daiquiri, or like, it's just, those things are great. And So I started off with those two, and then I realized that there's going to probably be a series of boat drink episodes, because I mean, we haven't even touched the Rum Runner, the Bahama Mama, I mean, there's so many. Frozen margarita. We already did the pina colada, but we can revisit that too. I mean, there's so many boat drinks that we can hit, and there's so many new ones coming out, man. Like frosés and stuff like that. It's just I think it's really cool. I do not look down upon frozen drinks or vacation drinks or boat drinks. I mean, hell, Constante made them. He made his daiquiris frozen back in the 40s and 50s when Hemingway was out there. And if you see me or hear me in the podcast go back and forth between Constantino and Constante, it's Constantino Ribelagua Vert. He was the guy that made the daiquiri famous from La Floridita, the guy who famously served Hemingway. Well, the reason I get his real name, Constantino and Constante, is because I believe one of them is his real name, and one of them is what Hemingway called him when he wrote about him in Islands in the Stream, which took place in Havana. And I always forget which one is the real one or which one is the fictionalized name, because they're so similar. So it's either Constantino or Constante. So yeah, I was really, like, it's funny because for such a simple episode, we got some good history in there in the boat drink and the cruise liner and stuff like that. Go into a little bit of, I mean, the history of boat drinks really is the history of booze cruise, which is cruise liners. So that was fun to do a little bit of research on that. But it's funny that I finally it took so long to hit those, because this is the third summer now I've been trying to do the frozen daiquiri. Like, I've wanted to do a strawberry daiquiri for so long, because we're so stuck in our tiki and craft tropicalia that, like, thinking about the daiquiri is as the cocktail, and straight up cocktail, or when it's frozen, it's La Floridita style from Constante. But really, it's one of those drinks like the margarita, or like the old fashioned's another one, or the martini, which the margarita, the martini, these are cocktails that have a version, like an actual real version, real recipe, a true recipe, it is a thing, it's its own thing, but it's also taken on, it's transgressed the idea of this recipe to now have, you can go to a margarita bar which has 18 different flavors of margarita. The same thing with a martini bar. I feel like the daiquiri has become sort of like that, where yes, there is a real purist traditional daiquiri, and then there's also, as long as you're making them in the style with fresh ingredients and good rums and real syrups, then these are viable drinks that are worth the spot in our pantheon of profligate potions. So the last thing I want to touch on is, actually, I should reiterate that last part one more time. I want to put an emphasis on it. I've been wanting to do this episode for so long, because I really feel like it has a place in what we do. So anyway, now I beat that horse into the ground. Let me see. Oh, the last thing I want to talk about is the EP and the Patreon. Okay, so if you're watching this right now, Pod Tiki's first music EP has dropped, Summer Sessions Volume 1. I'm really proud of it. I wrote the songs, and over the course of years now, I want to go back. I think I started the songs. Now that you all can hear them, I could go a little bit more depth into it. You go to Pod Tiki. There's a tab that says Summer Sessions. Go to podtiki.com. Right now, they're only available on the website. They might go into streaming services later. That's a whole nother kind of tax thing that I have to, behind the scenes stuff I got to work out. So, but I wanted to get them out there. So right now they're on podtiki.com. If you go to podtiki.com, either on your desktop or your mobile, your laptop, whatever. It all shows up. It adjusts. You go to the Summer Sessions Volume 1 tab, and the album will pop up. You can listen to all 4 songs. Let me see. She's Eden, No Place Like Home, Booty Prince, and 6 Days. And maybe I'll do another video where I go in depth on them. I'm not sure if people are going to care about that. If you would like an in-depth breakdown, almost like a video listening party, let me know and comment on this video, and I will maybe do a video where I talk about, what the songs. Maybe we can listen to the songs, and then I'll talk about inspiration and whatnot. If anybody cares about that. Honestly, it was me. Each song has an individual story to it, but the idea behind this track, like I've said in past videos and on the podcast, the idea of this EP was these were songs that when I was in Nashville, I'm in Nashville still, but when I came to Nashville to try to write country music, and I'm not gonna blame the music business. I kind of stumbled around on my own a little bit, getting on some missteps, and I have to work on I maybe dove in too fast before I was ready. My own the quality of my work, and then as I got better and got deeper into it and started getting some opportunities and felt like I was viable, and the people I was with were viable, and it just kind of I got a little fed up with the business of it, the politics of it. And I know that's an excuse lots of people say, but I was very lucky to have an awesome, I had money coming in from other ways that is also pretty cool stuff that I do. I don't talk about my day job on here too much. I try to keep those things separate, but I got a pretty cool job that I enjoy, and so this, I didn't have to put up with the stuff. If I'm passionate about it, but I needed to take a break from the business, and during that break, I ended up writing a bunch of songs because that's what I wanted to do. I also wrote a book during that time. Once we get, that's going to be my next thing that I'm going to publish under the Podtiki website, will be my book. But the songs are a culmination of stuff that I was feeling over the course of this 3-year period where I was kind of redefining myself and finding myself and traveling a lot, going to beaches by myself and having a lot of inner time, writing time, good friends, good times, failed relationships, both romantic and friendly, and with myself, failed relationships with myself. You try to grow and get to know the new version of yourself, and then you realize that's not really, that's not really me. So anyway, but these aren't very. It's funny is when I talk about how that was happening in my life when I wrote these songs, they don't really come across like very existential, introspective songs. It's just they were triggered by me going through this and doing something different than I normally would have done, and but they're not really about that. So don't let me scare you away thinking these are all going to be serious ballads about my transformation. No, these are stupid beach songs about leaving booty prints in the sand when you're at the beach. This gravitas that I was going through inspired such silliness, such foolishness, such whimsy, such folly, if you will, and if you won't. So the EP is out. It's called Summer Sessions Volume 1. It's available at podtiki.com, and I would love to hear what you guys think about all the songs, and if you would like them to go to other places. Also, if you know anybody in the music business, if you can get a hold of somebody, I think a couple of these songs, honestly, I released them myself. I sang them myself. My wife sang on them too. Some great guys played on them. Some of my favorite musicians in town. I was really fans of these guys' band anyway, but they're not affiliated with Podtiki, so I'm not gonna I don't want to put them out there. But my buddy Kyle, Peter, and Alex, and then of course my wife Faith, not only She executive produced the whole thing. Denny Knight from Nashville Music Group tracked it, and then Skylar, which I will get more. Skylar Taylor, if you're in Nashville, look him up. He mastered for me. So yeah, it's going to be. I'm really, really proud of it. I love the way it turned out. So go check out the EP. Go check out the music. Let me know what you guys think, and if you want to pass it on to anybody you might know that wants to cut these tracks, like I ended up singing them. I enjoy singing. I don't like the way my voice sounds, but other people seem to say it's okay. So I sang the songs, and I had a lot of fun doing it. And but the idea of them were to be songs that I can pitch to, you know, like Jimmy Buffett, Kenny Chesney, people that are Jake Owen. I would love Jake Owen doing my songs. Anybody, you know, some of those guys that do that crossover kind of like country beachy music. And I only lean into mostly country guys because I think those are the only people that still use songwriters, right? Like all the reggae stuff out there, I think those guys mostly write their own tracks. I don't know. The other thing I want to touch on was, okay, now the EP is out all spring. That has been taking all my time. Finishing the mastering of it, getting it all paid off, posting it, arranging the release, arranging the promotion. We're doing a little release party here in Nashville. There's been a lot going on with that. Now that that is over, the next thing I'm going to focus on is the Patreon. I got a couple of guys on there already. Shout out to David G and the Weekend Alcoholics. You guys are my first 2 subscribers, and it just launched, so I'm blown away that you guys want to help out. Right now it's donation only. I don't have any perks up there just yet. It's only $3 a month. I promise you that the people that sign up, I'm not going to jump up a tier. The perks are going to go for the. Eventually, there's going to be some stuff out there. I really threw it out. I'm surprised and humbled that the fact that you guys joined up, because I really wasn't expecting anybody to join up until I put some perks out there. But there's a lot of people out there that mentioned to me that you know, they want to support the show, and the best way to support the show is just go throw me $3 a month, man, and spread the word to other people. And I'm hoping if I just make enough money to pay for the website and the booze that I need to make the recipes, I'll be happy, you know. But as far as why I haven't done more with it, I really been working on the EP release, and now this summer I'm gonna really start diving into the Patreon. I really got to mess around with it. I haven't really messed around with it that much to figure out what it can do and what I can do and what I can offer. I want to do some videos. I would like to do some you know, I don't want to just post random stuff like text stuff. I want to do some videos and chats and things like that. So I know that I'm going to be looking into merch this year. The reason I haven't released merch yet is because I want to put out good stuff. I'm so sick of this swag that everybody gets that's all big boxy Walmart t-shirts. I want to put out stuff that people are actually going to wear. I'm saving to put merch out until I can actually put some money into it and get good stuff. I'm not a clothing company. I'm not trying to turn all my profit on clothing. I'm going to try to get stuff that's good, and if I make enough to cover the taxes and a little bit of profit, then I'm not going to worry about, you know, it bugs me when people put out these like boxy Walmart shirts and charge you $25 for them, and the press-on freaking logo like is all scratchy and hurts and everything on the inside. I don't want that. I want soft tees. I want you know, good stuff. So anyway, that's why I haven't done merch yet. And the point of that was to say that when the merch comes, the Patreons will get first dibs on it. It's going to be first come, first serve, because I'm not going to make big runs of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do, you know, glassware, mugs, stuff like that. I want to get up in that collectible game because I like collecting them. So, yeah. So that is the plan for the future. That's what's going on inside the mug this month. I guess. Be on the lookout for more Patreon stuff. If you want to sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/PodTikiPodcast. Please do, and I promise you there'll be stuff coming soon as I figure out how to work it and all that stuff. And let me see, if you want to follow us on social, that is pod_tiki on the Insta, rum_poet if you want to follow my personal page. Nothing much really going on there as of right now because I'm focusing on pod tiki, but I will post on both pages occasionally. Mostly my homepage, my personal page is mostly like cigar stuff and some family stuff. But if you only want to stick to tiki and rum, follow the pod tiki page. Pod tiki on Facebook is getting a lot of traction. I appreciate you guys there. YouTube channels where you can see this. If you're watching this, you're already on there. Please like and subscribe. We can start doing live videos. And then let me see what else I gotta plug. Oh, Surfside Sips, surfsidesips.com. If you put in pod tiki, that's PODTIKI, all one word, all caps. Put that in at checkout. You're gonna get 20% off, and they're gonna know that I sent you to there, and you're gonna get some awesome straws for a discount. So check them out. And is there anything else? I said the Patreon. I talked about the EP release. The latest episode of Pod Tiki is out, all about boat drinks, the strawberry daiquiri and the banana daiquiri, two of my favorites. I'm going to continue to make all summer long. And what else? There was one more thing. Oh, keep it tiki. Let's get back in the mug. Okay. Oh,